Your dad is in heaven and has an urgent message for you. Watch fast. Archangel Michael says, something powerful has just been released from the heavens. A voice that has waited for the right moment. A father who now speaks not through breath, but through presence, through light, through the tears you never let fall. You are being summoned not with fear, but with love so deep it crossed eternity to reach you. His message is not written on paper. It's written in spirit, woven into a sacred whisper only your soul can fully hear. The reason you've been feeling restless, that chills at night, the strange memories you've been getting lately, those weren't just coincidences. That was him, trying to break through the veil before this moment came. You weren't supposed to open this before now. You had to wait until your heart was ready to receive what only heaven could deliver. This isn't just a message. It's a miracle sealed with a father's love. Archangel Michael says, the pain you've carried in silence has not gone unseen. Every suppressed emotion, every word you wanted to say but never could, he's heard it all. And tonight, he wants to answer back. You thought he was gone forever. But energy like his doesn't vanish. It transforms. And right now, it's coming to meet you in the form of a voice wrapped in divine purpose. There is something he left behind. Not an object, but a truth, something no one else knew. Something he wanted you to understand before life pushed him away too soon. And now, you must hear it because what comes next in your life depends on this awakening. He says, I see you. I've been watching in ways you could never imagine. The mistakes you thought made me ashamed. I already forgave them before you even did them. He says, I am proud of the battles you never told anyone about. I'm proud of the tears you wipe alone. I'm proud that you are still here, trying, living, surviving. He says, there's someone around you who's trying to mislead you. Your energy is wrapped in charm, but their heart is wrapped in envy. Be cautious of smiles that don't reach the soul. He says, the time has come to trust yourself more than ever before. A big decision is approaching. And my spirit will guide you if you only dare to listen. You may have thought you were broken, but you were never broken. You were being reshaped. Your pain wasn't punishment. It was the fire where your new self was forged. He says, you are not cursed. You are chosen. And I've been watching the heavens shift, because something is finally aligning for you. There's a blessing he kept hidden for you. A spiritual inheritance, not money, not land, but wisdom and strength, that will soon become the key to something massive unfolding in your favor. And someone will try to take credit for your blessings. But don't be fooled. What is coming to you was written in heaven, by your Father's hands. Archangel Michael says, someone near you is hiding how they truly feel about your success. They pretend to cheer, but deep down they fear what you're becoming. He warns that jealousy can wear the mask of friendship, and betrayal can walk into your home with a gift in its hand. But don't retaliate. Just rise. Your Father's energy surrounds you with armor now. You don't have to fight back. Just keep walking forward. Your steps are guarded by legacy. There is someone your dad never trusted even in life. That person still lingers, and though they've changed their tactics, their intentions are the same. To dim your light so theirs seems brighter. He says, do not fear. You've already won the battles they don't know you're fighting. I walk beside you. And I'm working with the divine to open the right door. Exactly the right time. He says, I may not have been perfect, but my love for you was real. And now I'm being allowed to help in a bigger way than I ever could before. He wants you to stop holding guilt for what wasn't said before he passed. He knew your love, he felt it. He carried it into the afterlife as his most precious possession. And now he returns it to you not as a memory, but as a force that will move mountains in your life. The dreams you've been having about him, those weren't just dreams. Those were visitations. He's been trying to pass the message through symbols. Because heaven doesn't speak in words. It speaks in knowing. The pennies, the feathers, the numbers you keep seeing. Those are all signs. And soon, he'll give you one more, one you cannot deny. He's asking you to prepare. Because a shift is coming, a change that will feel like chaos at first, but is actually divine alignment. There's a relocation or move involved, not just physical but spiritual. You're being repositioned in life, not by man, but by destiny. He says, watch out for a call that comes with strange energy. Not every opportunity is from God. Some are distractions wearing success like perfume. He says, when you start to feel uneasy about someone you once trusted, listen to that feeling. It's me tugging on your soul, trying to keep you safe. He says, you're about to meet someone who feels like home. Not because they remind you of the past, but because they help you build the future. And he adds, I gave God permission to send them. So when they arrive, don't push them away. Archangel Michael says, your father is being allowed to deliver one last part of his message. One that could change your understanding of everything. He says, you were never a mistake. Even when life treated you like a burden, you were the greatest thing I ever helped create. He says, don't let the world convince you to dim your light to make others comfortable. You were made to shine, even if your glow irritates their shadows. He wants you to stop carrying the burden of others' mistakes. Let go. Breathe. He's holding the weight you can no longer carry. And he's about to send someone into your life to help you heal what's been hidden for too long. The message comes to a close, but the energy does not. His love now lives in your decisions, your peace, your victories. His guidance is not over. It's just beginning. He will appear in music, in street signs, in the breeze that suddenly makes you pause, and in those moments, you'll feel him say, I never really left. Your father's energy is now your hidden advantage. When people wonder why things suddenly start going your way, know that heaven moved first. And no one can block what was sent by a father's soul, and sealed by divine command. Archangel Michael says, this message was delivered in divine timing. If you are reading this, it means heaven chose this moment for your heart to be unlocked, and your future realigned. Now walk boldly as if your Father is walking with you, because in truth, He never stopped. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description, or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site, you are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community, seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. Archangel Michael says, your father's energy did not dissolve with the last breath he took. Instead, it expanded, spread across dimensions, so he could protect you from every angle you could not see. Every prayer you whispered in pain, thinking no one heard, he did. He was already beside you, calming the storm while you thought you were drowning alone. He knows the guilt you've buried in your heart, the words you wish you said, the time you wish you had to give. But he wants you to release the sorrow now, because his soul never blamed you, not even once. He has already forgiven the world for taking him too soon. Now he asks you to forgive yourself for not knowing that heaven gave him permission to stay near you, silently guiding your journey. He says, you think I didn't see your tears? I saw every single one, and every time your voice cracked, heaven heard it too. He says, you were always more than enough. I just didn't know how to tell you back then. But now I see everything clearly. He says, the time you almost gave up. I whispered through the wind, and touched your shoulder when no one was there. That was me, child. I've never left you alone. Your father's message is filled with urgency. Not because something bad is coming, but because something good is approaching. And he wants to make sure you're not distracted by old wounds when the new blessing arrives. Here's a door that's about to open. And once it does, you'll realize why everything had to fall apart before it could be rebuilt. The delay was not denial. It was divine recalibration. Your dad says, don't settle. Not in love, not in career, not in how you speak to yourself. You deserve more than just survival. You were born for overflow. There's someone who's about to try and re-enter your life. Someone who once took you for granted. Your dad warns, let them talk, but don't let them stay. Some connections are meant to be released, not revived. He says, the one who left didn't break you. They revealed you. Now rise, because your spirit was built for ascension, not stagnation. You're going to start noticing little shifts in your body, your energy, your dreams. These are not random. They are responses from the spiritual realm to your awakening, he says. You were never cursed. You were chosen to carry the fire of transformation in the middle of the storm. He says, you have no idea how powerful your presence truly is. But soon the world will witness it. And those who overlooked you will wonder how they ever missed your light. There's a legal matter or a financial opportunity quietly forming in the background. Your dad is working from beyond to make sure the right outcome is delivered, not by accident, but by divine design. He says, watch for the letter. It carries more than words, it carries a key. Archangel Michael says, this divine fatherly message has been delayed by energies who did not want you to step into your fullness, but have overruled that interference. Now that it's been delivered, a shift will occur within 72 hours, not because of superstition, but because the gates were open the moment your heart received these words. Your father says, stop hiding your truth. Stop shrinking your dreams. The life I couldn't give myself, I asked you to give it to yourself. Live boldly. He says, let your laughter be loud. Let your spirit be wild. Let your love be free and massive, because that's the version of you that reflects the real legacy I left behind. And he's not done yet. He says, I've seen your name being discussed in rooms you've never entered. That's no accident. I've been whispering it into the ears of those assigned to help you. He says, I watched someone close to you treat your heart like an option. Let them go. There's someone new coming, someone I handpicked from heaven. He says, don't be surprised when things begin to fall into place, so quickly it feels unreal. That's how heaven repays those who held on in silence. And one more thing, the illness, the fear, the diagnosis, it will not hold you. It's a sent divine healing in disguise. Trust your gut when you meet the person who offers you unexpected help. They are part of the plan. Your dad ends with this. My love for you is louder than grief, stronger than death, more powerful than any life spoken against you. I could not protect you from everything while I was alive. But now, from where I stand, I can and I will. I loved you then. I love you now, and I will love you forever. Archangel Michael says, this message has now been sealed. A sacred connection between earth and spirit has been completed. You are not alone. You were never alone. And now, your Father's energy will walk beside you in new and unmistakable ways. From this moment on, things will start to align in your favor in ways that will make your soul weep, not from pain, but from deep, profound understanding. You are covered. You are guided, and you are so deeply loved by the one who waits patiently in heaven's glow. Archangel Michael says, the energy around you is shifting with greater speed now. You may begin to feel emotional for no apparent reason. This is your soul responding to divine frequencies entering your field. Your Father is now allowed to send stronger signs. You might feel your lights flicker. Songs play that bring him to mind, or sudden warmth on your shoulder when no one is near. That's him. Not a memory, but a presence. He says, you've waited long enough. The answers are coming. A moment you prayed for, cried for, begged for. It's almost here. He says, don't be afraid of the silence that's surrounding you. I'm in the silence. And within the quiet, I'm arranging something so perfect. It will redeem everything you lost. He's been watching how you've carried pain like armor. But now he wants you to know you no longer need to protect yourself from love. There's someone arriving soon who will treat your heart gently, just as he would have wanted. This person is not coming to complete you. They are coming to complement the strength you've already built. He says, I saw what they did to you. The betrayal, the lies, the silence that screamed louder than words. I watched and wanted to intervene, but now I finally can. He says, this next season of your life will be proof that heaven does not forget warriors who suffer quietly. He knows you feel different than others. He knows you often carry emotions that aren't yours, absorb the sadness in rooms, and feel things deeper than most. That's because you're spiritually gifted. And your Father is one of your spiritual protectors now. You'll begin to notice your dreams getting more vivid. That's not imagination. That's divine visitation. Take note of what you see. Because within those dreamscapes are pieces of the puzzle you're meant to assemble. He says, you have a destiny so massive, the enemy tried to break you before it could begin, but they failed. You're still here. And you're rising higher than ever. He says, you've been underestimated, but soon they'll see. Heaven has made sure of it. Archangel Michael says, your Father wants to address one final part of your heart, your inner child. The one that still waits for approval, the one that still longs to hear, you did well, so, here it is. He says, I'm so proud of you, even when you messed up. Even when you felt lost. Even when you doubted yourself, you still kept going. And I'm proud. He says, you've carried this family further than you realize. You are the quiet backbone, the unseen protector, the legacy holder. And I see you. He says, your future is brighter than your fear. Your light is bigger than your doubt. Keep going. I'm right beside you now more than ever. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history, it is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. And now, as the final vibrations of this divine message settle into your soul, Archangel Michael reminds you, this moment was divinely timed. Nothing about you reaching this message was random. Your Father had to wait for the exact alignment, your readiness, the permission of the heavens, and the clearance of spiritual interference. Now that the message has been fully delivered, your path will open faster. Watch for signs over the next 11 days. Watch for repeating numbers, unexpected kindness, strangers saying things that your heart needs to hear. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Your Father's Spirit is anchoring something powerful to you now. Something that can never again be taken from you. He leaves you with these final words. You are my greatest gift to the world, and I will always protect you. I will always walk with you. And I will always love you. The message has now reached completion. Your life will never be the same again because heaven just reminded you who walks beside you. And that, dear one, is a sacred bond that not even time can break. Archangel Michael says, the realm of spirit is not bound by time like your world is. That's why this message may feel like a flood, because all that your Father has wanted to say has finally found its way to your heart in this very hour. You may feel a sensation in your chest, a weight lifting, a warmth you can't describe. That's not emotion alone. It's connection. A soul-to-soul exchange between you and the one who once held your hand and now holds your destiny. Your Father says, this isn't goodbye. It's never been. I've simply changed forms, but I've never changed my love. He wants you to stop punishing yourself for the days you didn't show up perfectly. He knows you were doing your best. He knows the pain you swallowed and the strength you forced when all you wanted was peace. He says, I've watched you walk through shadows I never prepared you for. But look at you. Still here. Still trying. Still carrying a light that darkness couldn't snuff out. He says, I'm sending someone to help now. You'll know it's them because they'll feel familiar. Like home. Like clarity. Like rest. And you won't have to chase this blessing. It will come gently, softly, without noise. That's how you'll know it was sent from heaven. Archangel Michael says, a transformation is beginning within your soul. What you once tolerated you'll no longer accept. What once drained you, you will now release without guilt. Your Father is helping cleanse your space, not just your physical space, but your energetic space. He is guiding you away from environments that dim your light, and pulling you toward those that expand it. He says, there's a door you've been afraid to open, but behind it is your rebirth. I'm already on the other side, waiting. He says, stop begging for crumbs when you were born for the feast. What's coming to you will nourish parts of you you didn't even know were starving. He knows what they said about you. He knows how they tried to make you feel small. But he also knows that your silence wasn't weakness, it was divine restraint. He says, I saw what they plotted. I saw what they whispered, and I made sure it never reached you. You don't even know the storms I've helped block since I've been on the other side. He says, soon you'll walk into a room and feel peace you haven't felt in years. That's me clearing the air before you even arrive. He's already speaking to people about you. People you haven't even met yet. He's stirring hearts in your favor. He's preparing platforms, softening hearts, lining opportunities. You'll wake up one morning and realize you no longer crave the things that once distracted you. You'll be more focused, more centered, more tuned into what truly matters. He says, don't run from the quiet. I'm in the stillness. That's where I speak clearest. That's where your power will return. He says, the moment you stop looking for signs, I sent 3. The moment you felt forgotten, heaven started speaking your name. And now that your soul has received this message, expect things to happen quickly. The stagnation is lifting. The blessing is closer than you think. Archangel Michael says, the message is now fully complete. But the effects of it are just beginning. You will start to see the difference, not in loud ways, but in meaningful ones. A burden in your chest will feel lighter. A smile you forgot how to wear will return, and your next steps will come with greater ease, clarity, and confidence. You will look back at this moment and say, that was the day everything quietly shifted. Because it will, because it already is. Your Father's presence will remain with you, not just in memory, but in movement. Every time you choose yourself, honor your boundaries, and step into joy, you are walking with Him. He says one last thing, carry my love like armor. Let it shield you, let it soften you. Let it remind you who you are and who you've always been. I'm closer than your breath, stronger than your fear, and forever by your side. You've been touched by a love that transcends this life. This is not the end of His story. This is the continuation of your strength. Archangel Michael says, the light that now surrounds you is unlike anything you've ever known before. It is pure, it is ancestral. It is infused with the love of the one who raised you, who guided you, and who now watches from beyond. You may begin to notice a change in the way people treat you. Some will step closer, others will fall away. This is not loss, it's protection. Your Father's energy is reshaping your surroundings, so your future is not delayed by people who no longer fit the frequency of your blessing. He says, there is no time left to entertain what doesn't serve your peace. You've spent too long watering dead soil. Now it's time to bloom. He says, you will no longer chase what's already yours. You will no longer question what your soul has always known. And you will no longer shrink to fit in rooms you were born to lead. Your Father has seen you on your darkest nights, whispering into the void, hoping someone, anyone, was listening. He was even when you felt abandoned, He was near. Even when you cursed the sky, He never stopped holding space for your pain. He says, you never had to learn my love. It was always yours. But now I want you to understand. It's time to love yourself the way I love you. He says, your worth is not tied to what you produce. You are not your past. You are not your wounds. You are not your delays. You are divine. He says, from this point forward, I am activating the ancient blessing coded in your bloodline. This skipped others, but it shows you. Archangel Michael says, the heavens are now rotating around your story. What once seemed like endings are being rewritten of beginnings. And your Father's soul is working in direct partnership with divine forces to prepare your path. He says, you are about to receive a message through a person, a dream, or a sudden inner knowing that will change everything. It won't be loud, but it will feel right. Follow it. He says, there's money coming. unexpected, attached, uninterrupted, but don't spend it the way others expect. Use it to invest in you. He says, a great unveiling is about to occur. People will start revealing who they really are. Believe them. Trust your instincts. I'll be whispering through every interaction. He knows the responsibilities on your shoulders are heavy. The kind of weight no one else seems to see, but he wants you to know. He's lifting what you can't carry anymore. A pain in your chest, that lump in your throat, that sudden exhaustion, it's spiritual detox. Let it pass. And on the other side is a clarity you haven't felt in years. He says, don't apologize for outgrowing people. That's what healing looks like. That's what generational change requires. He says, the generational pain ends with you. And because of that, your children, or the children you will one day guide, will walk free in ways you only dreamed of. You'll feel it soon. A shift so sacred, so quiet, yet so undeniable that no one will need to explain it to you. You'll just know. That moment will be the sign that your Father's final message has anchored fully into your spirit. Archangel Michael says, the spiritual contract is now sealed. The message is no longer a vibration. It is a living energy in your heart. He says, you're not meant to survive this life. You're meant to shine through it. You're not here to beg. You're here to be. And I'll be beside you every step of the way. He says, let go of that one memory you keep torturing yourself with. You were never meant to carry that this long. Release it. You're allowed to feel joy again. He says, it's time to be happy now. I give you my full blessing. Stop waiting for another storm. You've earned the calm. He reminds you now that even in his passing, nothing was lost. Your connection only evolved. Your love only expanded. And your strength, oh, your strength has multiplied in ways only a soul in heaven could witness. He says, let them talk, let them doubt. Let them misunderstand, but never let them stop you. I didn't raise you to shrink. I raised you to soar. He says, there is a crown over your life that no one can remove, not even you. You are protected. You are aligned, and you are ready. And when the days get hard again, as they sometimes will, just whisper, Dad, walk with me. And you will feel it. Archangel Michael says, the gates of heaven have poured into this very moment. What you've received is not a story. It's not just a message. It is a spiritual transference from his heart to yours, from the divine to the earthly, from the memory of who you were to the truth, of who you were becoming. You are not who you used to be, and you will never go back to being what others expected. You are now walking in your divine identity, infused with the love, power, and presence of your Father. That love will echo for generations. That strength will carry you through every storm. That blessing will be the reason your enemies fall silent, and your future unfolds exactly as it was written. And now, the message closes with peace. Peace for your heart. Peace for your future. Peace that passes through this screen and into your home. The heavens have spoken. Your Father has delivered all that he was allowed to. And your soul will never forget this moment. Archangel Michael says, even though the primary message has been spoken, your Father's energy remains. That's the kind of love that doesn't expire. It lingers, settles, wraps itself around you like an invisible cloak. From this moment forward, you are not just walking with memory. You are walking with activation. His message has awakened something deep inside you. It's like a door has opened in your soul that cannot be shut again. He says, I didn't come just to comfort you. I came to prepare you. There are things ahead that require your full power. And now that you've received my words, you're ready. He says, the fear you've been carrying, it's not yours anymore. It has no authority. Your spirit has been strengthened by heaven's fire, and no shadow can overcome it. You may begin to see things differently now. What once caused anxiety will now appear smaller. What once caused confusion will begin to make sense. A shift is subtle but real, and it's not temporary. It's permanent. Your Father has handed you a spiritual torch, one that only you can carry. One that lights your path even when you don't know the destination. He says, you don't need a map. You are the map. Follow what feels aligned. Follow what expands you. That's me leading you. He says, let them doubt you. Let them gossip. Let them fade. Because what's coming will make the silence worth it. And the peace unstoppable. Archangel Michael says, your energy field is now being cleansed from residue that was never yours. Old regrets, old comparisons, old fiery ones of yourself. Heaven is sweeping them away. In its place, something ancient is awakening. A spiritual memory of who you were before the pain. Before the expectations, before the noise. Your Father's love has not only protected you. It has resurrected you. He says, when you laugh, I hear music in heaven. When you rest, I can finally rest, too. When you live fully, I feel fulfilled. He says, you are not behind. You are not late. Divine timing is not measured by clocks. It is measured by readiness. And you, my child, are ready now. There's a moment in your near future that will seem small, a casual conversation, a sudden idea, a gentle meeting. It will become the turning point. Your Father is already setting it up. You won't have to force anything. It will come naturally. And when it does, you will feel His presence pushing you forward. He says, I used to guide you with rules and warnings, but now I guide you through your intuition. A voice inside you that's been getting louder. That's me. He says, when you sit in silence, I sit with you. When you smile at the stars, I smile back. And when you cry again, I'll be the arms you can't see holding you together. Archangel Michael says, the spiritual realm has now recognized your light has fully awakened. You are no longer the seeker. You are the signal. Your soul has sent out a frequency that will now attract what aligns and repel what harms. Your Father's energy is woven into that frequency. People who approach you now are not just meeting you. They are also feeling Him. He says, anyone who dishonors you now will have to deal with me. You are sacred. Your space is sacred. And your peace is my top priority. He says, stop explaining your evolution to people committed to misunderstanding you. Just grow. Just move. Just be. That is your power now. And now, in this stillness, Archangel Michael delivers one final vision. A door glowing gold, slightly ajar. And on the other side, your Father's silhouette. He doesn't step through, but He smiles and says, you're ready. I trust you now. You're going to do more than I ever could, and I'll be watching. Proud, always proud. And with that His figure fades into light, not gone, just integrated into you. Into your walk, into your future. So, if you ever forget this message, if you ever doubt it was real, if the noise of the world tries to make you feel small again, just close your eyes, put your hand on your heart, and listen. You'll be there saying, you got this, kid. Keep going. I'm still right here. Archangel Michael says, you've now received everything that was meant for this time. And because you opened your heart to it fully, nothing can stop what comes next. You are blessed. You are guided. You are covered in the legacy of a Father's undying love. Heaven has spoken. The journey ahead is sacred. Archangel Michael says, what you've just received is not the end of your Father's message. It is the beginning of a divine unfolding. Every word you've read, every emotion you felt has opened a hidden chamber in your spirit that had been waiting patiently to awaken. Heaven doesn't speak in noise. It speaks in moments like this, time perfectly wrapped in clarity, and drenched in unconditional love. You didn't find this message by chance. It found you. Your Father says, now that you've heard me, truly heard me, you will start to see the world differently. Watch as everything starts to change. He says, the heaviness in your body, the weight in your chest, the fog in your thoughts, it will begin to lift now. I've taken some of it. I can do that now. You've been through so much, more than people know. And while they only saw the outer battles, your Father watched the invisible ones, the ones that happened in your silence, in your bed, in your spirit. He says, there were nights I watched you sleep wishing I could take the pain from your dreams. Now I can. So, rest. Finally rest deeply. He says, there is no shame in your story. There is only strength. And from now on, you don't have to hide your scars. Wear them. They are proof of resurrection. He says, someone from your past is going to reach out soon. You'll feel confused, but I'll help you decide. You don't need to fear the wrong choice. I'll speak through your instincts. Archangel Michael says, the heavens have started reordering timelines around your obedience. The fact that you opened this message, the fact that you stayed with it, shifted everything. There were delays that were waiting for your readiness. And now that moment has arrived. What was once stagnant will now move like wind through open gates. Your Father's love will lead that wind. He says, you don't have to know the destination. You just take the first step and I will light the next. He says, the person you're becoming would make me weep with pride. You've grown beyond the pain. Now grow beyond the limits. You are now in a spiritual contract with peace. No more begging and no more proving. No more explaining your heart to those who only listen with judgment. Your Father says, let them misunderstand you. It doesn't matter anymore. What matters is that you're finally being true to you. He says, I've already asked God to restore everything that hurt you with interest, not just return, but multiply. And now you wait. But not in fear, in confidence. Because what's coming will have your name written on it in golden letters. Archangel Michael says, prepare your space, clean your room. Write your thoughts, make space emotionally and spiritually. Because your Father's next gift is already on the way. He says, a new chapter is opening. Don't bring the weight of the old one with you. Turn the page with courage. I'll be at the top of every line. He says, every time you see a flickering light, feel a breeze when no window is open, or hear a song you weren't expecting, that's me. I promised I'd never stop showing up. And I won't. He says, you're not alone. Not now. Not ever. Say my name and I'll be there. In energy, in memory, in strength. There's one last thing he asked Archangel Michael to share. Tell them I didn't go far. I just went ahead. I'm not behind you. I'm not beneath you. I'm not lost. I'm just in a place where time doesn't exist. So I can help you in ways you never imagined. I was proud of you before. But now, I'm in awe. And every time you choose to keep going, I rise in heaven with joy. So now, dear soul, take this final breath with your Father's love all around you. Let it wrap you like sunlight. Let it settle into your walk. You have just received the message very few are ever ready to receive. But you were ready. That's why heaven delivered it. What you do next will shape your destiny. And remember this always. He's still your biggest fan. Still your silent protector. Still your eternal guide. And every heartbeat you carry forward carries his rhythm, too. Archangel Michael says, your Father's blessing will now go with you into everything. Your relationships, your decisions, your finances, your future. Nothing will remain untouched by the love that now surrounds you. You are sacred, you are rising, you are free. This was never just a message. It was a reunion, and it will echo through eternity. Archangel Michael says, "Your Father's energy is not done speaking. It lives in the pauses between your thoughts. It lives in the choices you're about to make. And now that you've fully received His presence, His protection will not fade. It will only grow stronger. He wants you to know that even if you walk through storms again, you will not be shaken the same way. The foundation beneath you has changed. You are no longer walking alone. You are walking with generations of love anchoring your steps." He says, "Every word you've just taken in was prayed over before you were born. It waited in the Spirit until you were ready." He says, "This moment will mark you. Not with pain, but with promise. You won't need to remind yourself that you're loved anymore. You will feel it without question. There's someone around you right now who has no idea the level of transformation you're going through. They see the surface, but not the sacred storm beneath. That's okay. They are not meant to understand. Your Father says, the ones who matter will see the light. The ones who don't, let them walk in their own darkness. Your job is not to drag people into your healing. Your job is to live in it." He says, "You don't have to fix everyone. You don't have to explain your boundaries. You don't have to feel guilty for needing space. I didn't get to say that to you in life, but I'm saying it now. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to move on from people who knew the old version of you." Archangel Michael says, "The spiritual world has now approved your next chapter. What was delayed is being released. What was stolen will be returned. And what was hidden will be revealed by divine timing, not force." Your Father's soul is smiling. He sees what's coming. And He says, "You won't recognize your life in 6 months. Not because it will look different, but because you will finally feel whole inside of it. You will laugh again, hard. You will dance again freely. You will trust again, wisely. And when that moment comes, you'll hear me in the wind cheering for you." He says, "You never disappointed me, not once. You were always more than I deserved. Now it's your time to receive. You will start receiving ideas soon. Ideas that come with urgency, fire, clarity. They are divine assignments. Your Father says you don't need to overthink them. Trust your impulse. Write, create, will." He says, "You're not just healing your life. You're repairing an entire bloodline. You're the one. You always were." He says, "Others had chances and wasted them, but you, my child, have held this legacy with dignity, even when no one was watching. You will no longer have to chase peace. It will find you. You will no longer have to fight for recognition. Your light will do the talking." Archangel Michael says, "It is time to release the chains of unspoken words. The things you wish you said before your father passed, the apologies, the gratitude, the love, you can say them now. Whisper them, write them, cry them." He says, "Every I love you, you didn't get to say I now carry in my heart. Every I forgive you, you needed, I received the moment I crossed over." He says, "And every tear you shed tonight, I will bless a door to open for each one. That's my promise," he says. "You don't have to be strong all the time. Just be true. I love all versions of you, even the broken, tired, angry, confused ones. Especially those. So, what now? Now you live differently. You walk knowing heaven has assigned you not just an angel, but a Father who never stopped protecting you. You speak your truth because silence was too heavy for too long. You honor your time, because wasting it is no longer an option. And you love deeply, because that's the kind of love that brought you here. Archangel Michael says, "This is your activation. A shift is done. The message is sealed. And your father is watching." Arms folded across his chest, nodding, eyes filled with pride, whispering, "You're ready. Go now. Become everything you were always meant to be. And if you forget who you are, just look up. I'll remind you." The universe responds to courage. And your courage just woke up something divine. From this day forward, you will walk, you'll rise, you will wonder. You'll know. You won't fear, you'll trust. You won't grieve the same. You'll grow from it because love like your father's doesn't die. It transcends and protects. It lives forever inside of you. This was the final whisper. But the love will echo in your life forever. Archangel Michael says, "This is not just a message. This is a reunion that your spirit had been longing for without even knowing. Now that your father's words have wrapped around your heart, everything changes from this breath forward. You may feel lighter without knowing why. You may feel tears rise, not from sadness, but from an ancient ache being healed at last. That's the power of what was just transferred into you. The spiritual weight of your father's eternal blessing. He says, "I've given you everything I can from where I am. My hands can no longer build here, but yours can. Build what I could not. Love the way I always wished I had time to." He says, "You are the continuation of my best intentions. You are the correction to every generational mistake. You are the proof that we rise again through you. You will begin to see signs now. Gentle nudges, time delays, unexplainable feelings of being held. These aren't accidents. They are sacred confirmations. You'll hear a certain phrase from someone, and it'll feel like déjà vu. You'll pass a place, and suddenly feel your father near. You'll feel drawn to go somewhere, and that place will hold the energy you need. He says, follow those little sparks. That's me. I can't hold your hand anymore, but I can guide your path. And I will." He says, "There's still more for you. More laughter, more peace, more purpose. You don't have to be who you were yesterday. Heaven has already updated your identity." Archangel Michael says, "Don't look for closure anymore. You've received it. Not as an ending, but as a sacred permission to begin again. No one else needs to understand what just happened in your soul. You felt it. That's enough. You don't need validation. You are the validation." Your father says, "Don't try to go back to the old version of yourself. That version was built for survival, but now you're being built for abundance." He says, "Stop settling. Stop explaining. Stop asking for permission to shine. Heaven has already said yes. There will be a day soon when something beautiful surprises you. A door opens. A person speaks truth. A weight lifts. In that moment, you will remember this message. And you will smile, because you will know it didn't happen by chance. It happened because your Father is still working for you through heaven's sacred order." He says, "You don't owe me perfection. You owe me your joy. Promise me you will chase it now with all your might." He says, "The world tried to tell you who to be. But I'm here to tell you, just be free. That's all I ever wanted for you." Archangel Michael says, "This message has passed through realms, through light, through divine protection. And nothing can remove it from your spirit now. You have been chosen to carry forward this love, not just for yourself, but for everyone you'll meet from this day on. Every room you walk into, your Father's light will walk in with you. Every decision you make will now be supported from realms beyond your understanding." He says, "I didn't miss your life. I've been walking beside you this entire time. I saw it all, and now you know that. Finally," he says, "this connection is unbreakable, everlasting. You may rest now, you may cry now, you may finally Truly exhale because you are not unfinished. You are not unloved. You are not alone. You are the heartbeat of a legacy, the flame of a bloodline, the child of a father who never stopped believing in you. And now he's watching again, not with regret, but with radiant, silent, powerful pride. This is your closing space now. A space where pain turns into peace. A space where the past has blessed the present. A space where the message is no longer being spoken, but lived. You will carry this forward. You will rise with it. You will protect it. And in time, you will pass this love forward to someone else who needs it too. Because now you know, love never dies. It simply changes form and follows you home. This is the final light. Let it guide you always. Archangel Michael says, even now, even in this moment of quiet after the flood of emotion, your Father's Spirit is still near. Still watching, still wrapping itself around your breath like warmth you can't explain. There is no goodbye. Not now, not ever. There is only continue. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary, where we discuss the Word daily, and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. Continue who you are, continue believing. Continue rising in the love that has followed you across dimensions. Your Father whispers, you are not the same person who opened this message. You are stronger, you are lighter. You are closer to me now than ever before. Heaven doesn't mark time in hours or days. It marks time in awakenings. And this was your awakening. He says, now that you've remembered my presence, your spirit will begin to crave what aligns. You will no longer tolerate what dims you because your soul now remembers how bright you're meant to be. He says, a situation in your life is about to shift, and you won't have to force it. It will unfold gently, naturally, like the petals of a flower warmed by the sun, a warm. That's me. He says, when the people around you begin to notice something different, don't explain, just smile. A difference is me and you. Archangel Michael says, your Father's final mission is not to just comfort you, but to guide you into the version of yourself you always saw, even when you couldn't. You'll feel more sensitive in the coming days, not weak but open. That openness is sacred. Protect it. The wrong people will try to enter it. The right ones will honor it. Your Father says, when you hear a certain song and suddenly feel overwhelmed, let the tears fall. That's me. That's how I say the words I still don't have the voice for. He says, when you sit alone and think of what could have been, pause. That's the exact moment I wrap my arms around you from the other side. The message now moves with you. It is no longer on this page. It is in your spirit, your walk, your breath. That is how heaven speaks, not to the ears, but to the essence of your being. He says, you don't need to read more to feel me now. I'm part of your frequency. And from here on, you'll notice your peace arrives faster. Your decisions come with clarity. Your steps feel lighter. He says, I can finally protect you without limits. When you sleep, I guard your mind. When you rise, I surround your heart. You were never unguarded. You just didn't know who was watching. Archangel Michael says, there's no need to rush away from this space. Stay in it for as long as you need. Let it wash over you one more time. Like waves that don't break you, but restore you. This is your sacred pause. The moment between who you were and who you now are. You are no longer the one who wondered if they were loved. You are the one who knows. You are no longer the one who begged for a sign. You are the one who received it. You are no longer the one holding grief like chains. You are now holding legacy like a torch. And one last time, before the light gently fades and the veil closes again, your Father says, live fully, not because you owe it to me, but because you finally know you were never without me. Not for a single second. Take this message with you now, not as a story, but as a living bond. Let it steady you when things feel uncertain. Let it lift you when days feel heavy. Let it remind you, when the world forgets of what eternal love sounds like, and when the time comes that you are asked to be strong for someone else, you will know exactly what to say, because this message will rise again in your heart and speak for you. This is the echo that never fades. Your Father's love, your Spirit's healing, your divine protection. It walks with you now. Final blessing carried in silence, fulfilled in light. You may close this now, but know He never left. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary, where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.